everybody, my name is City Craft. I am your emotional wellness educator here in your city of Detroit, and I am so excited for this episode today. It's been a while. Okay? I've been going through changes, different seasons. You know, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm all of that. And I'm having a very humble experience in this thing we call life, okay? So I just want to get right into this video today. This channel is called VDN. Well, here at VDN, we investigate emotions so we can understand ourselves and live intentionally. So currently I can say I am in a season of awareness, okay, y'all? And what I realized is because before we can change our behaviors, we first have to understand ourselves. We cannot be in a position to always want to just be on a go of changing ourselves, but let's understand ourselves. Let's give ourselves some grace about who we are and who we're becoming. Okay, let's get into this episode today. So what is one thing that you guys feel like that you lack in when it comes to your emotional boundaries? And I want you to really just sit on that this week or during this video. Have you ever wondered of where your emotional boundaries came from? Like, how did you even get here? Why did everything had to happen in your life? Why? What happened? What is all these embarrassing moments that you had? All those embarrassing moments that I had. But it's great to understand yourself because you're able to sit here and teach other people. Show yourself grace, okay? So let's look into the definition of emotional boundaries. Today we're going to look on Google, credited to verywellmind.com. And it talks about emotional boundaries is a way to protect your inner well-being by ensuring you do not absorb other stress or take responsibility for fixing other people's feelings. Growing up, I wasn't really taught emotional boundaries. I was a overgiver, a people pleaser, and I always had the sense to just always want to fix somebody. Like if I see and seek that you probably had a problem, I'm just like, oh, how can I fix you? How can I help you? How can I be of service to you? And I mean, it's cool and all. I mean, it's cool now. But then when I not having emotional boundaries, it created burnout. It created me to be depressed. It created me to be angry. And I hurt people along the way that did not mean to hurt. If I could go back to really understand like my life, especially being young, growing up, obviously emotional boundaries wasn't taught. You know, a lot of times it was more going back and forth. Going back and forth. I said what I said. You said what you said. I disagree with what you said. You disagree with what I said. And then we in this constant battle of confusion, and it's not getting anywhere. It never got anywhere. And that became my norm. Like, neglecting my emotional boundaries and neglecting other people's emotional boundaries. Like, I always had to have this sense of control. Like, I always feel like I had to have control of anything and everything. And I don't know, it was because, like, you know, I'm a recovering control freak or whatever. But I think it's just the approach of that everything was chaotic. I didn't have stableness. I didn't have a place where things were predictable, to say. Things weren't predictable. And that's why predictability is so important to me. It doesn't even have to be, I'm not going to say it has to be perfect, but I have to have some sense of understanding what's going on throughout my day. And that is okay. The ways that I feel like that I help myself is just creating time blocks within myself. Just being understanding of like who I am and what I like. But be very aware about the people around me. That is something I did not be aware of, is being aware of other people's emotional boundaries and who they are and what they like. You know, I was so much in my head that I just really missed out that other people were going through stuff too. And I had to take accountability in order to me to understand that in order for me to grow, I have to look outside of myself. I don't come here to really bash anyone or even come attack myself. But the thing is to be very intentional about where you came from, because if you don't, you're going to be missing so many parts of you to really understand clearly of who God called you to be. Even though sometimes it may be difficult, And I am not going to sit here and make it seem like it was easy for me. But what I know is that when you go through these certain challenges in life, it's very highly important for you to reflect on it. Don't let things just be what it be. Reflect on it. Even if you probably have to sit there and live through it for just a minute again. But it's important for you to understand who you are and who you are to be. So what do you feel like when it came to growing up with your emotional boundaries? What did that look like for you? Was it people pleasing? Was it lack of boundaries? Was it overly excessively doing things to keep others happy? What did that look like for you? So, yeah, I thank you so much for just watching this video today. And God bless you.